back in the day, 5 years ago when I started, I was all pen and paper. I didn't even use spreadsheets and all that good stuff. And I still today don't even have a computer. I just do everything through my phone with the sheets and all that now. But, once I implemented AppFolio, which you have implemented now, it was a game changer. It's, you can automate a lot of things. Before I was going back and forth of like, how did that tenant pay rent through what payment platform, Cash App, Venmo, check, money order, etc., and then have to log it in there. Whereas now we're getting everything uploaded into the software to where they just pay their payments through there. And I eliminate that whole entire step that I'd never had to do before, but I did it anyway because I didn't know any better. So it's really awesome to have property management software to run your portfolio.
Yeah, AppFolio in particular has been a huge game changer for us, and it's really taken away so much time. Like the lead to lease thing, you have these tenants basically filling out all their information, and then it auto populates into the lease. So it takes me 3 minutes to, and shout out to Cody who's putting this whole system and been working this whole system, but he has it to literally be the tenant fills out the information and I press move in tenant and it pre-fills the entire lease and I just press send and it sends it out to them. I don't have to go through DocuSign anymore. I don't have to input anything. It also has all of the addendums and all that BS that you need to put in there for lead paint and this and that, whatever, HOAs or whatever. It has options to put in the addendums and it's all pre-filled in there. Mm-hmm. So the tenant's doing all the work. You just have to look over the lease and do it. But like, we make a month's rent for placements. The time that it takes now to, like this week, I placed one tenant in Anne Arundel County. It took 2 showings, so maybe 2 and a half hours of my time completely. I had 2 showings, filled it. I made $2,850. It was literally for 2 hours of my life and it was all because this platform now. I just press, list for rent. It goes to my website automatically, which is cool. It goes to all the other platforms, and then the messaging all happens within AppFolio. So I don't know if you use that yet, but we text all of the tenants and everything through the AppFolio platform.
We use that for like maintenance stuff now. We haven't used it yet for generating leases yet.
Oh, I'll have to show you how this one works, because once you see it, you're gonna be like, wow, that's like. It's really unbelievable how much time it saves. Because I was clicking, when you go into DocuSign, you have to put their freaking initials on every single page. And there's sometimes with our Canton properties, we got 4 tenants. You got to put 4 fucking initials, one after another after another. And it's the most frustrating thing. It takes, 30 minutes to do a lease, where this is like 3 minutes. You just have to read through it and it's done.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for me, like I said, is by far the rent collection and not having to transfer money from Cash App to my bank account, from Venmo to my bank account, go to the bank to deposit these money orders on tenants who used to pay with money orders. It's like everything gets paid right through there. Well, we're getting that direction. I think we're at 70% now who have activated their account. We're still working on that 30%. And just to get to 70%, I'm very happy and satisfied with. I just can't imagine how it's going to be once I get to all the way 100% and everyone's paying on there. Don't have to worry about bouncing back and forth on who paid what.
Yeah, and the work orders too, like just putting in a work order, or they put in the work order, and then you could just send that to the person, your employee or your contractor or whatever. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to tell the contractor anything, because it automatically
notifies them.
It saves a ton of time. And AppFolio, you do need 50 units to onboard with them. But once you get to 50 units, whatever software we were using Buildium before, whatever software you're on, just switch to AppFolio, because it is definitely superior, in my opinion. And I don't even know all about it yet. Like,
yeah,
Cody's the master, but
I didn't have any software until I used AppFolio, and I think I was at the time I was at like 47. I think I was at like 40, and I reached out. I was like, hey, what do I have to do to get this software? And they said, that you fill out the form, how many units and all that good stuff. And then they sent me a, rejection email saying, hey, unfortunately we can't have you on here until you're at 50 units. So I think I was like close enough. I was at then like, some time went by and I was at like 47. I'm like, I'm ready to go. I know I'll have 3 more soon. So I'll just put on there.
It's also a little different for you too, because I'm managing other people's properties. So it's a whole nother layer to what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's a lot more difficult, because you got to manage
all
multiple
their statements,
bank accounts and all that stuff.
Yeah. It is tough, but yeah, you got to use the softwares. You got to use like any kind of technology that you could take advantage of that will shorten the time that humans are doing that work. And you know, there's certain things with technology that I absolutely love, and there's certain things that I'm like still trying to get used to. But one of the things, and I know we've mentioned this before, but the new AI software that's really good at compiling emails, like the other day I wrote, I just told it to give me a standard operating procedure for X position, you know, administrative assistant in a property management company. And all I did was list, and I used talk to text, and I listed just a number of things that, you know, we wanted in that candidate or in that person to do. And then basically all I did, it printed me out this beautiful, you know, 2 to 3 page, basically standard operating procedure notebook. And I just copy and pasted it and edited it a little bit, put it on our letterhead. And now we have a literal, like, perfect scope of work for that new admin person that's coming on. Mm-hmm. And that probably would have taken me, you know, hours. It wouldn't have sounded as professional because I'm not a writer, and it didn't cost me anything. So
just to touch on that a little bit different, but I listed one of my properties for sale like over a month ago, and I used the AI to type up the description. Yep. And I was like, this is insane. Like, the description was so awesome, the way it was like worded, and I just threw it right in there.
So I did the same thing with AppFolio has a 700 or something character limit for your description. So I went as far, and I've done it. I did it with my last listing of the house that I sold, Curly Street. But now in AppFolio, it's so amazing. I tell it, give me a description for this property address, and it has these amenities, and I just list some of the amenities in under 700 characters. And it does it, and it does it perfectly. And like it gave me a beautiful description in 650 characters or whatever. So then I just copy and pasted it right into AppFolio, and it's done.
Yeah. I was so happy when it did that too. I was like, wow, this is freaking incredible. It took literally 5 minutes of my time just writing, you know, just typing in like, this is what I want. The
prompts.
Yeah. And then it knows exactly how to word it and everything.
Yeah. And I'm not a writer either. So like having something that is literally scrubbing the entire internet for writing and writing it professionally, like humans can't learn that way. Like it's really like you have to if you're a business owner, there's one way that right now you can implement some sort of artificial intelligence. I'm making ads with it too, like doing print ads, and you just give it a picture. Like I did a deck, like a deck when I was just messing with. I put a picture of a deck. I put like spring deck or summer deck special, and it just compiled me this beautiful ad that I could post on all the social medias. It formats it to whatever social media you want to post to. I mean, if you own a business and you're not using it in some way or some form or way, you got to figure out how you can leverage it, because there's somebody doing something in your office that could be automated, or that person could use it to supplement themselves to increase their productivity.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, get away with, do away with all the employees, but maybe your employee that's writing 100 emails a day can use this to say, write me an email to this person with this context, and it writes them an email, and they could do that at 3 or 4 times the speed, so there's ways to do it.
10 times the speed, really.
Yeah,
Type that thing in
that's
there,
true. That's true.